Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Yoruus speaking and welcome to the introduction summary video for multiplayer game number 61. As usual, I remind you the purpose of this video is to make a quick introduction to the game, players and settings, and then to summarize the game so you can actually decide if you want to watch the game or to allow you to choose the points of the game that you actually want to watch and you're interested in. So that was like a little spoiler alert there. Alright, so this time I'm playing a 6-player, no quitters, free for all game. No Quitters is a Steam group that gathers people who just want to play Civ without people quitting on them. You can find the link on my main channel page in the About section. There's the link to the Steam profile. Just go there, read the rules, join the chat and ask one of the moderators for an invite if you want to have some cool free-for-all games. Now together in this game we've got Twinsen, Mr. Panang, NQ Shumi, NQ Don, and NQ Furo. Now Furo recorded this game as well, and probably it's up and running on his channel for a week. Now, if I believe correctly, since it takes me quite some time to actually edit those videos, so you can find the link to NQ Furo's playlist in the description below the video. So if you want to see his point of view, go there, check it out and have some fun as well. Okay, so now let's get back to the players. If I remember correctly, Twinsen is playing as Ottomans, Mr. Panang is playing as Arabia, NQ Shumi is playing as Byzantine, NQ Don as Egypt, and NQ Furo as France. As usual, I'm trying to gather the strongest players I can actually find for the game. So with this setup of civilization, especially with Arabia, this was looking for a quite interesting game. Alright, so that's it for the introduction. So if you do not want to know how the game ended, just stop watching right now and go to the second position of the place where the actual game starts. And if you want to know beforehand how the game went, then I invite you to the summary of the game that will start right in a moment. Okay, and welcome to the summary. So, as you can probably see from the initial screenshot, I moved my capital not that great. Let me explain myself. The hill, the Tundra Hill that you can see just north of the Assyria, I thought that that was a mountain. So I was like, okay, I see a mountain on the west and I see a mountain on the north. So my initial plan was like, okay, cool, I'm gonna move my capital north since there seems to be much more food there, and I'm gonna get a mountain on my capital instead of moving my capital to the mountain here. And that was a significant mistake right from the start. I was like cry later on, but then again I was thinking like, okay, I already lost so many time moving north, and moving back will cost me so much more turns. Then I was thinking like, okay, it's probably better just to plant that capital there and just play along. But I think that was a really huge mistake. Yes, I got marble in my capital, some fish, some deer, not that bad. But if I moved to my initial spot that I was thinking, I would get 2 iron, 3 iron, 4 deer, horse, 3 fish resources, and a mountain in my capital. So the capital placement alone was like, meh. But then I was trying to fit in at least 4 cities. Actually, I was thinking more like 5 cities into National College. And it turned out Mr. Panang is my closest neighbor. So I was talking to him. Can we have peace? I'm like, yeah, you got Arabia in your borders. And you kind of expect camels, right? So I asked him, do I need to rush night? And his answer is no, we can have peace. And I actually said I'm gonna plant one city, well, maybe not close to him, but on the coast, kind of on his side of the mountains. So I was actually thinking like, okay, let's ask him, and he was okay, we can have peace. So this is this point of the game. I really want to point this out because I didn't necessarily believe it's going to be true, but I kind of base my strategy on that we can have peace and I do not have to worry about camel archers. So that was my initial plan: go 5 cities, go National College, and go for knights, just in case. Okay, this is one more message that I just want to show you with the diplomacy wise, talking with Mr. Panang. And again, as you can see in here, I propose that it seems that the best choice for us is to actually work together until the late game. And he said that after the earlier peace, that we can have peace, that he might attack me with artillery. Okay, so I was like, that's cool. So I do have the time, at least until artillery, to prepare. So I will not rush anything. I will not rush too much defenses, and I will actually try to expand a little bit more, you know, like economic way and not defensive way against Mr. Panang. And that turned out to be a mistake, and let me show you how that actually worked out for me. Okay, let me talk shortly what happened. So I did mistrust all the diplomacy whispers, which turned out to be a wise choice from me, though I sincerely don't like it when you do some arrangements in whispers in a game, then I personally hold true to them. At least I try to. I know if you make a deal like we can have peace, like in some games I made a deal that we can have peace until some player will be out of the map, and then at the late game it turns out that the player is still around, and if you would hold true to that deal, you would just lose the game. Okay, so well, those deals not necessarily in the end, but that's like late game. Okay, but if you make a deal with that you have peace until artillery, then you have peace until artillery, or you have peace until turn 160. So what happened shortly? First, I will talk about the other side of the map. On the other side of the map, Twinsen was rolling crazy. Same seemed for Furo, at least science-wise, because they made a peace deal that they will not fight until turn 160. So they were super eco-focused, no military, just science economy. Shumi, on the other hand, took out Egypt's capital. He had very nice 5 cities, and after taking out Egypt, that didn't resist too much, he was on par with the 2 other players. So basically Twinsen, Shumi, and Furo was really great. Now Mr. Panang decided to break the deal. After the game I actually know that I think Shumi at least was telling him, yeah, you gotta kill yours, yeah. So Mr. Panang decided to break the deal. I added 3 more cities to my 5 cities opening for overall 8 cities. But what happened? I mistrusted Mr. Panang, and I did get some knights. But that city, well, the other side the west side was pretty easy to defend. There was like one tile passage, so I managed to actually sneak in 2 cities there. So Mr. Panang decided not to attack there, and he attacked on the east side, my coastal city, and I just couldn't hold it. I didn't have enough knights, didn't have enough crossbows to just defeat camel archers, so I was not able to defend it. I lost that city, and I had troubles defending Nineveh, but thankfully I did manage to get that. So what happened in here? I thought to myself, okay, I cannot fight camel archers with knights on this terrain, no chance. So if I ever want to retake my city, I will have to go for frigates. So I decided to use my cargo ships to get gold and take towards frigates with a plan to take my city back. So that's what I did. Here the situation reached sort of a stalemate. I was able to deal enough damage to those camel archers to actually not lose the city, so Mr. Panang decided to have peace at this stage of the game. Now, there was no, how to say, the word in English just, I lost that word. There was no arrangement to that peace. It was just a plain peace deal. 10 turns peace deal. So I used that time to build up galleasses with an intention to upgrade to frigates and take back my city, basically. Okay, so this is the situation after my frigate attack. So I got those frigates, I take back my city, I freed Hong Kong, and Mr. Panang asked for peace, and I was like, okay, we can have peace, but we can have peace until everybody else is dead, then we can sort out the things between each other. And Mr. Panang did not accept it, and let me explain you why. But first, not only he did not accept, but he blamed it on me. He blamed it on me that I don't want to have peace, because I took away the city and I broke all of it. I'm like, come on. You break the deal from the start of the game. You attack me. You take away my city. I take it back. And you blame me for breaking the game? That's craziness. So I said, okay, we reached the stalemate from the start of the war. Your treacherous war, by the way, Mr. Panang. And let's have peace, so we have the best chance to defend right now. But he did not want to accept that peace. That deal that we would not fight until others are dead. Why? That's pretty simple. Because while I was taking to frigates and actually desperately trying to counterattack and defend, he went for public schools and then for artilleries, and I decided to go from frigates to artilleries to reach the timing. And the problem is with that Mr. Panang already had a huge tech advantage over me that I couldn't fix while getting to war, since I had to go to artillery just to reach the timing before Mr. Panang got artillery to have any chances whatsoever. So he knew that, and he knew that by giving me peace, I would be able to catch up, go like tech focus and catch up to him. But if he will not give me the peace until, others are dead, just 10 turns peace, that he will just reach freely artilleries and he will kill me with artilleries. If not with arties, then with bombers and so on. So I didn't want to accept that deal, and he didn't want to accept the deal. So the other players are dead. So basically there was 3 strong players on the other side, and Mr. Panang decided to kill me. Just take me away from this game. So basically I was in a pretty bad shape. So what I try to do, I try to rush artilleries, hoping that I can diminish his advantage and at least deal a little bit damage before his tech advantage will be too great for me to counter. So basically this diplomacy with Mr. Panang in this game was bad at best. First I got a deal, we can have peace. Then we can have peace until arties. Then he breaks that deal. I need to defend against camel archers. I lost a city. I had to switch into frigates, and then I had to switch into artilleries. So let me show you how that actually worked out. Well, and this is how this worked out. Basically, it didn't work out well for me at all. As I said, my tech was too slow. I didn't even get artilleries first. I mean, like, I think he stole the tech from me. I mean, like, I used Oxford for artilleries, if I believe correctly, and he just stole the tech. So it was like, cry. But anyways, I was doing good with artilleries. I almost managed to get the city, but then bombers arrived on the war scene. Great War infantry bombers, and I basically was in full retreat. Not only I was at full retreat, but I was so far away from getting anti-aircraft techs. So basically I was thinking like, oh my god, I'm gonna lose now so badly. That camel archer attack slow me down so much. I will not be able to defend right now, and my technological choices, as I said, Mr. Panang went for public schools first, into factories, then into artillery, and he still reached the timing that I had to artillery when I went straight for frigates, then into artillery without any other techs. And I stole a lot of techs from Enkyfuro, so my tech compared to his was so bad. Look at the turn 166 and only 400 science. That's bad. That's so bad. So my tech rate was I was so behind, and I was not able to use that artillery timing to deal enough damage. So now I was just thinking like, okay, I'm gonna definitely lose the game right now, and there's no way to do anything right now to be counting this game. On the other side, I think Enkyfuro and Twinsen start to fight, and they reach some sort of a stalemate, if I believe correctly. So I will skip all the defending part, all the war against Mr. Panang. I will talk a little bit on the next screenshot. Okay, so let me show you how it all ended. Thankfully, I was a little bit lucky in my defeat. Well, you could say this is a bug or not, but what happened, I managed to get 2 aircrafts and anti-aircraft guns, and I was slowly cruising to rocket artillery with 300 science. Yay! I lost 3 cities from turn 166 so basically in 30 turns I lost 3 cities, but I was trying to defend as much as possible. Now what happened is my city-state allies had oil, and though I didn't have the tech to get the oil, I was getting the oil from city-states. Thankfully, thanks to that, I didn't have to go to oil tech. So I was actually able to have some sort of a defense with planes. So I reached planes, I reached anti-aircraft guns, I got Great War infantry, so I was slowly defending. At least I think I could hold my 4 core cities for at least, well, a lot of more turns before the game, and I don't think that Mr. Panang could reach my capital. So yeah, at least a little bit of satisfaction in here that I did not lose the capital in this game. You can't say I defended against camel archers, but I didn't die to camel archer, at least that's nice. But definitely the game was lost absolutely for me. For Mr. Panang as well. Now what happened on the other side is Enkyfuro and Twinsen, as I said, reached a stalemate, and Furo decided to help Twinsen kill Shumi. So basically Twinsen was the winner of this game. In short, at turn 194, when Twinsen killed Shumi, we decided to concede to Twinsen. So GG Twinsen. So an overall summary of this game. well, I think my greatest mistake was actually planning my capital bed. But even with planning my capital bed, I still could save this game until Mr. Panang decided to break the deal and slaughter me with camel archers. Now that attack slowed me so much that I did not count in this game. Well, I didn't have any winning chance from that point. And later diplomacy failure with Mr. Panang that he did not want to make peace, so we can actually have a chance at winning this game. Well, basically broke the game for me. In winning, of course, but overall the game was pretty cool. A lot of fighting, a lot of desperate chances, desperate attempts to defend my land against superior technologically opponent. So yeah, from that perspective, pretty cool game. So I hope you will like it, and I invite you to watch the actual game that starts in the second position of the playlist. So one more time, thank you very much everybody for the game. GG Twinsen, nice victory as usual. And one more time, thank you very much for watching and best wishes. Yours out.